Hi, I wanted to post a quick update to the lacey carbon hole detector in Leginon, the autofocus hole finder. This feature requires Scipy 0.12 or 0.12 or higher, so if you're running on CentOS 6, which only comes with Scipy 0.7, you'll need to upgrade at least Scipy, which can get a little hairy with Python 2.6, so it's kind of more recommended for CentOS 7. So I'm going to start Leginon, show you how this application works. I'm not interested in creating an interesting session, so I'm just going to kind of skip through all that, and I'm going to create the dog finder node. Maximize my window. Alright, I have a preloaded image that I found works great with the testing the lacey carbon, so I'm going to load that and scale it to the appropriate size. Alright, for the first thing you need to know the size of your holes, so you can see D equals 65 for the little holes, D equals 100 for the kind of the larger holes, D equals 109. So I found, I kind of estimate around 900 pixels. Another thing you can adjust is the K factor, which kind of controls the sloppiness. The closer to 1, the more exact size you're picking. The larger it is, the more sloppy or tolerant of different size holes. Then you get a map like this. You need to threshold it. I'm going to threshold it a little bit lower than normal, so I do get a little bit more holes. You can see some of these holes are quite small in area. Along those lines, I'm going to allow a little bit smaller blob size than normal, because it's really important to kind of find all the holes when you're doing the focus hole finding. So first thing I'm going to do is kind of turn off the focus target. Oops, I think I need to adjust the reference intensity, so you can see here the max intensity is around 170 and we don't have no empty holes. So I'm going to choose a value around 170 for testing, and we kind of fill up all the focus target. We kind of fill up all the targeting areas, so some of the smaller holes did not get picked. Then for my new focus targeting, the first one you can do is central Voronoi, which basically the Voronoi method here is it kind of finds gaps, and the central one tries to find the one the closest to the center of the image. So the Voronoi is basically all the little spaces in between the pluses. So you can see here they're kind of filling in all the gaps where all the carbon should be, and then central focus kind of chooses the one that's closest to the center. Additionally, you can use a good Voronoi, which takes into account the statistics here, which will try and find one that has good statistics, and it decided to the same one. But you can limit things according to that. It's a little bit more tricky. One of the problems you have, if you limit the number of blobs you have, say we put the volume cutoff to be 4,000, meaning we're not going to pick the larger holes. You can see that those locations are now missing. So now if I do test targeting, most likely what it's going to do is it's going to choose one of the holes as a focus target, because those places are now in between the targets. So that's one of the things when using this method, you want to try and maximize the number of holes that you have. So anyway, there you have it, the autofocus hole finder for Leginon and lacey carbon. So